Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today is a very auspicious day. All of you, please mute your phones. On Ekadashi days, we sing Shuddha Bhagata. Shuddha Bhagata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Bhakat Siddha Parama Siddhi Primalati Karamula Madhavati Thi Bhakat Janani Jatana Palana Kori Krishna Basati Basati Boli Parama Adhara Buri Gaura Amara Jai Sabasthane Korala Brahmana Range Se Sabasthana Heri Bhuani Pranami Bhakata Sange Mridanga Bhatya Shunite Mana Basara Sadajache Gaura Bihita Kirtana Shuni Ananda Hridaya Nache Jugala Murti Dekhiya Mora Paramananda Hoya Prashada Sheba Korite Ayak Sakala Prapancha Jaya Jedina Grahe Bhajana Dekhi Grahate Goloka Bhaya Charana Siddhu Dekhiya Ganga Sukhana Sima Paya Tulasi Dekhi Juraya Prana Madhava Toshani Jani Gaura Priya Shaka Sevane Jivan Sarthak Kaman Bhakati Vinoda Krishna Bhajane Anukula Payajana Pratidibase Parama Sukhe Svikara Guru Shuddha Bhakta Charari Bhajana Anukula Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sabai Janmayachena. Sorry, it's 12th chapter. 12th chapter, 20th verse, Chaitanya Bhagavata. So here, Mukunda's desire to have association with a devotee who is also intelligent in the Shastras that has been expressed. Yei mata vidyarase Vaikunta Ishvare Brahmite dekhena aradine gadadhara. So Lord of Vaikuntha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is enjoying the life of a scholar. One day, while wandering about Navdeepa, Nimai met Gadadhar Pandit. Hasi dui hate Prabhu Rakhila Dhariya Nyaya Padat Tumiyama Tao Prabhu Diya. So when they met, Lord smiled and he caught Gadadhar's hand and said, "Hey, aren't you studying logic? Come, Let us debate. Lord's scholastic pastimes was catching devotees, asking them to refute the statement what he's giving. And when they refute, then he will say, okay, I'm refuting your statement. Now you again start refuting. So in this way, now he got hold of Gadadhar. जिज्ञासः गदाधर बोलय वचन प्रभु बोले कहो देखी मुक्तिर लक्षण. Now Gadadhar said, okay, question me. Out of curiosity now, Gadadhar said, okay, question me. Nimai asked, what are the symptoms of liberation? Shastra artha yena Gadadhara vakhanila Prabhu bolena vyakhya koritena janila. Gadadhar then explained the symptoms of liberation according to the scriptures. But Nimai countered, you don't know how to explain properly. Actually, Gadadhar Pandit explained Nimai the lesson that he had learned that day. Hearing this, the Lord said, your explanation is not good. Gadadhar bole atyantika dukkhanasa tharai shastre kohe muktira prakasha. So Gadadhar said, according to the scriptures, what is mukti? Freedom from liberation, freedom from misery. Liberation, according to the Shastras, is freedom from misery. Sri Gadadhar said it is stated in various scriptures, such as Sankhya Shastras, that mitigation of excessive distress is the symptoms of liberation. In the Sankhya Pravachana Sutras, it is stated, Atha Trividha Dukkhatyanta Nivrittira Atyanta Purushartha. Mitigation of threefold miseries is the goal of life. What is a Purushartha according to the Sankhya Pravachana Sutra? The Purushartha, that is the Atyanta Purushartha, that is mitigation, that is the goal of life, mitigation of threefold miseries. Nana Rupe Doshi Prabhu Saraswati Pati Hena Nahi Tarkika Ye Karibeka Stiti. The Lord, who is the husband of Goddess Saraswati, pointed out various faults in this statement. There was no one who could defeat his argument and silence him. The Lord is the direct manifestation of the Vaishnava literatures and the master of goddess of learning. That is why he is known as the husband of goddess of learning, that is Saraswati, because he is the Vaishnava literatures. Therefore, no one can equal him in argument. Sri Gaur Sundar properly pointed out how the symptoms of liberation mentioned in the Nyaya Sutras are most useless and full of faults, inaugurating the philosophy of Madhvacharya Pada, that moksham vishwanghari labham. If you see Navaprameyam given by Madhvacharya, Shripad Madhvacharya, it says Vishwam Moksha, Moksham Vaishnavangri Padam. The symptoms of liberation is attainment of the lotus feet of Vishnu. In Navaprameyam, one of this is there. This is the most important thing. Vishnu, Moksham Vishnu Angri Padam. What is the meaning of Moksham? Attaining the lotus feet of Krishna. He established that the existence of the gross and the subtle bodies which enjoy happiness and distress is temporary. And the living entity's eternal propensity or constitutional position or duty of devotional service to Krishna is a symptom of liberation. So what is the real meaning of liberation? Because many of them, they want liberation. They like this term liberation. So liberation is a relative term. For somebody, liberation may be, okay, not going to school is liberation, or getting holiday from the school is liberation. For somebody, liberation can be having a holiday time, holidays in the company. For somebody, liberation can be the daughter-in-law going to the mother's house. For somebody, liberation can be freedom from mother-in-law, father-in-law. That can be also termed as liberation. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what is liberation? Prabhupada saw that he is asking in a challenging mode. Oh, Prabhupada, do you know what is liberation? Prabhupada said, the morning hours when you have high pressure in your stomach, that and you get freed from that, that is liberation. Just see Acharyas. So liberation, that is also liberation. You are liberated. But real meaning of liberation, Srila Prabhupada puts in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Mukti hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vivastiti. That is the real meaning of Mukti. Mukti hitva anyatha rupam. We have identified ourselves to so many rupas. Anya rupaha. Swarupena vivastitaha. To be situated in one's own swarupaha. That is real mukti. Swarupaha. What is our swarupa? This is bhaya rupaha. Whatever designations we have got, that is bhaya rupaha. That is why Nectar of Devotion says, Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti uchyate. Give up all different identifications, different positions. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. There also muktam is there. Vinirmuktam. Tatparatvena nirmalam. Just serve Krishna. In anukula bhavas, just serve Krishna. Tatparatvena nirmalam. Without having desire for any speculative knowledge and karmakand activities, means fruitive activities. Without having any desire for fruitive activities and speculative knowledge, just serve Krishna in anukula bhava. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti uchyate. With all our senses, just serve Krishna. So that is mukti. And that is our swarupa. Jivera swarupa hoy Krishnera nityadas. We are eternally servants of Krishna. It is not that some ISKCON people came, then I became a servant. No. Just because I met the devotees, I revived my lost consciousness. What is the purpose of having association of devotees? To revive our lost consciousness. Eternally, we are servants of Krishna. Nitya siddha Krishna prema sadhu kabunai. Shravanadi shuddha chitta karaya udaya. Shravanadi shuddha chitta. The more we hear, we can understand, yes, we are Nitya siddha. Nitya siddha Krishna prema. This is the eternal constitutional position of every soul. But we forget just because we have identified oneself with the matter. Nitya siddha Krishna prema sadhu kabure. Shravanadi shuddha chitta karayodaya. By hearing, our pure consciousness arises. Now, why there is a false ego? Just because of the false identification. That is why we have forgotten our constitutional position. So, liberation according to Nyaya Shastras, that just getting mitigated from the miseries is not an answer. This world is certified by the designer of this world. Krishna himself has certified that Ashashvatam Dukkhalayam. This world itself is Dukkhalayam only. So it is not that I get mitigated from the three miseries and that is mukti. These three miseries are bound to be there in this material world. But even though staying in this material world, a person can be liberated. Iha yasya harer dasye karmana manasa gira nikhilashapi avasthasu jivan mukta sauchyate. There also mukta has been spoken. Jivan mukta sauchyate. Within this lifetime itself, be liberated. How? Iha yasya harer dasye. Just serve Krishna, Haridas. Just become Haridas. So, iha yasya harer dasye karmana manasa gira. With your activities, with your mind, with your body, just serve Krishna. That what is symptomizes Ekadandi sannyasis, Tridandi sannyasis. Tridandi sannyasis, Vaishnava sannyasis, they have karmana manasa gira. Anybody in any ashrama, that can be a grahastha ashrama, vanaprasthi, or a brahmachari or a sannyasi, just by serving Krishna, karmana manasaha gira, Just by serving Krishna, that person, Nikhilashapi avasthasu jivan mukta sauchate. Within this lifetime, he is liberated. He is not bound to anything. Because sarvatmana ye sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam pahrutya kartam. He has given up everything just for serving Krishna. He has no personal motives. Ahaitukiya pratihata. He is not indebted to do anything. But Parinishta Bhaktas, they are the high class grahastas who set an example. For that purpose, they seem to follow Varnashrama system. They just follow as a matter of duty, but they are not interested. They are interested in only serving Krishna. They do it just because they have to set an example, or they're equivalent to Nirapeksha Bhaktas. Parinishta Bhaktas are those who follow the Varnashrama just for the sake of following, so that others who are dependents, they will understand, will learn from them. Nirapeksha anyhow are at the level of sannyasis where they are not at all involved in any of the duties. But Parinishta are equal to Nirapeksha in their consciousness. So in this way here, mukti. So Parinishta Bhaktas, Nirapeksha Bhaktas, anyhow are muktas. Why they are muktas? Just because they are completely surrendered to Krishna without any personal motives. So that is real meaning of mukti. Jivan mukta sauchate. हे न जना आही कये प्रभु सने बोले गदाधर भावे आजीवर्ती पलाइले. No one even dared to speak with the Lord. And thus Gadadhar thought, I will be relieved to get out of here. The Lord is to just call the devotees, ask them to question, argue with them. The devotees were fed up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's scholastic pastimes. So Gadadhar Pandit just ran away from. He was thinking, when am I going to run away from here? No one in the entire universe was qualified to face the Lord's challenges and converse with him. Gadadhar Pandit thought, I will be saved if I can run away from him. The word varti from the Sanskrit dhatu vrta means I remain present. In this case, I am spared or I saved my life. Prabhu bole Gadadhar aji yaha ghar kali bhuji bana tumi asihat satvara. Okay, Lord told you can go home now, but come tomorrow we can discuss more. Namaskari Gadadhar chalile nagare Thakur Brahmena Sarva Nagare. Now Gadadhar paid obeisances to Nimai and went home. And Nimai continued to wander through the streets of Navadvip. Parama Pandita Jnana Haila Sabara Sabei Kore na dekhi Sambhrama Apar. Everyone considered Nimai a most learned scholar. So they treated him with awe and reverence. So this is what is required first. First, respect is required. So here that is why intentionally Lord presents his opulence, his knowledge, his scholastic pastimes, so that the people start respecting him. The Lord defeated all the teachers of Navadvip by his unparalleled knowledge and was established as the most learned scholar. Everyone respected him as the foremost scholar. Vikale Thakura Sarva Padu Yare Sange Ganga Tire Ashiya Vaisena Maharange. Every afternoon, Nimai used to sit on the banks of Ganga with his students. Sindhu Suta Sevita Prabhura Kalevara Tribhuvani Advitiya Madana Sundara. The Lord's body is served by Lakshmi, the daughter of the ocean. His beauty surpasses that of Cupid and is therefore incomparable throughout the three worlds. Sindhu Suta. Sindhu Sutta means daughter of Lakshmi, daughter of ocean. Now, how Lakshmi Devi appeared when the churning of the ocean went on? She is described in the Brahma Samhita as follows: Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Damaham Vajami. So, Lakshmi, thousands of Lakshmis, they serve Govinda with great reverence and affection. Hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. So Lakshmis are not different from Gopis. When our reverence in Vaikuntha is required, same Gopis, they serve the form of Lakshmis. That is why here Lakshmis or Gopis has been given. Gopis enjoy the Parakiya Bhavarasa, the Lakshmi enjoys Swakiya Madhurya Rasa. So when Krishna has to serve, has to be served in Vaikuntha, same Radharani appears as Lakshmi Devi. Chaturdike Pediya Vaishena Shishyagana Madhye Shastra Vakhanena Shri Sachinandana. Now surrounded by his students, Sachinandana would give explanation on the scriptures. दूरे थकी प्रभुर व्याख्यान सबे सुने हरि से विषाद सबे भावे मने मने. So when they used to hear to the pastimes of to the explanations of Nimai, they used to feel happy also. They used to lament also. Both the feelings used to be there. Now you will say, why lamentation? Because so many questions also must be asked. They must be asked many questions, and actually they must be lamenting. Just because they are not able to grasp that knowledge given by Krishna. It's not so easy to understand the knowledge. Krishna's mercy is there, then only we can understand the highest truth. So their lamentation also can be because of not understanding the highest truth, and the joy will be to understand, or the opportunity which they have got to understand the highest truth. Keha bole hena rupa hena vidya yar na bhajile Krishna na nahe kichu upakara. One of them said, if anyone who possesses such beauty and knowledge does not worship Krishna, there is no benefit. In this world, a beautiful form is the object of praise. So also is great knowledge. But what is beautiful or learned? When those with beauty or learning factually benefit neither themselves nor others if they do not worship Krishna. So one of them told, what is the use of such knowledge? What is the use of having a beautiful form? We are only seeing a scholastic pastime. We are not seeing a devotional pastime. So then somebody told, Sabai Bolenath Bhai, Uhane Dikhiya Fanki Jigyasara Bhaya Bhayai Palaira. Then they all replied, dear brother, anyone who sees him runs away in fearing of facing his challenge. Keha bole dekha hela na dena idiya mahadani praya yena rakena dhariya. Then somebody said, if he sees someone, he does not allow him to leave. He captures him, just as a tax collector captures a debtor. The phrase Mahadani Praya, like a highly posted royal servant who collects taxes, revenues, or rents. So that actually happens with the devotees also. When devotees go and if they catch hold of some and try to present the devotional aspect also, then the next time they see how we can sneak away from that devotee. Sometimes this also happens. People they cut the, they don't want to talk to the devotee. They just want to run away when they see the devotee. But here, it's a ulta thing. What is going on? Lord is presenting scholastic pastime, speaking from here, there, everything. But Lord is not exhibiting his devotional pastime. So devotees are trying to run away from Lord. So what we can learn from this? When we see devotees, we should actually hanker to see them more and more. We should actually run away from the people who are talking so many scholarly things, moral things, but having no touch or no tinge of devotional fragrance. So on the grounds of sociality, on the grounds of morality, people mix with each other. But we should be afraid. As a sincere student, as a sincere disciple of Guru Maharaj, as it is sincere disciple of following the Gaudiya Vaishnava Dhara, one should actually run away from such people, try to avoid such people who speak on moral grounds, social grounds. Seems to be very nice. Everybody speaks very nice. But try to run away. Run away here refers to, don't try to associate more. Until unless you are very strong in making them devotees. Like Srila Prabhupada, when he went to West, he did not have a group of devotees there. Big acharyas, big preachers, they can go and mix. Why? Because by their association, the other person can become devotees. So first we should understand where are we, which platform we are. So that is why it is said as a sadhaka, avoid. It is not said that become an enemy. No, just avoid. Try to avoid. In a very cool-minded. Avoid such people who talk all type of nonsense. Keho bole brahmanera sabati shakti amanushi kona mahapurusha vahaya khenavashi. Oh, this Brahmana has uncommon potency. Vishwambara, they are addressing like this. Oh, this Brahmana has uncommon potency. I think he must be some great personality. Yatyapiha nirantara vakhanena funky tatapi santosha bada panai dekhi. Although he constantly asks shrewd questions, we still derive great satisfaction just by seeing him. Manushyera emana panditya dekhi nai Krishna na bhajane sabe dukhapai. He said is another meaning of satisfaction and lamentation. They were very satisfied in seeing the knowledge of such a wonderful, extraordinary person. They said that such knowledge cannot be found in ordinary person. The only regret or lamentation what they had was he is not worshipping Krishna. Anyonye sabai sadhena sabaprati sabhe bola ihana hauka Krishnirati. And the Vaishnavas requested each other, oh bless Nimai, so that his mind is fixed on Krishna. So this is what is the prayer or the request the Vaishnavas should do to another Vaishnava. Somehow this person's mind is not in Krishna, or we should see that his mind is fixed on Krishna. Actually, Vaishnavas should try to work in such way. But which type of Vaishnavas can do that? One who is situated as an Uttamadhikari. Even if he mixes with an ordinary person who is not interested in Krishna consciousness, Uttamadhikari has the qualification to make an ordinary person also a devotee. A rogue also a devotee. That is the work of Uttamadhikari. Madhyamadhikari always has distinction. He is a devotee, he is a non-devotee. So Madhyamadhikari Bhakta, though well versed in the Shastras, mixes with only like-minded people, keeps the unlike-minded people separate, keeps the non-devotees separate. And that is good, because still, though having the faith in the Shastras, still is not capable of refuting the wrong philosophy with Shastric evidences. So Uttamadhikari Bhakta has the capacity to refute wrong statements with Shastric knowledge. That is why the activities of Madhyamadhikari is associate with the devotees, be away from non-devotees, or you can say technically one who is not interested in devotion. Uttamadhikari Bhakta, irrespective of whether he is a devotee, non-devotee, or a person not interested in devotion, mixes with all, and because of his purity, because of his determination, his faith in Krishna, he has that capacity, so strong is he has that capacity to change the minds of other person and make them devotees. Now they are requesting each other, oh, let the mind of Nimai be fixed on Krishna. Dandavatai sabe padila ganga re sarva bhagavata mili ashirvad akpare. They all paid obeisances on the banks of Ganga and blessed Nimai with a prayer. Henakora Krishna Jagannathera Dandana Tora Rase Matta Hoy Chadiyanyamana. Then they prayed, oh Krishna, please let the son of Jagannath Mishra become absorbed in you without deviation. The Vaishnavas of Navdeepa began to pray to Lord Krishna, may Nimai Pandit, the son of Jagannath Mishra, give up all other endeavors and fully engage in worshipping Krishna. May Nimai Pandit also manifest uncommon endeavors in the devotional service of Krishna, like those they have earned him the highest elevated position of learning in the world. So in this way, the Vaishnavas started praying for Nimai, that we are not much interested in the scholastic pastimes. We just want that he should exhibit his loving devotional pastime. So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. No questions. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, हरे कृष्णा माता जी। माता जी यहाँ पे ऐसा मतलब ये चैतन्य महाप्रभु अपना फुल नॉलेज ऑपुलेंस दिखा रहे हैं और सेटिंग द स्टेज फॉर द डिवोशन सर्विस, ऐसा है माता जी।
setting the stage to show the importance of devotional service.
Right.
Because even if everything is there, but na shobhate jnanam alam niranjanam. What is the use of jnanam if there is no devotion? Na shobhate. It's not going to give any beauty. That has been told. Okay, Hare Krishna. So requesting all devotees to start coming from next week to the main center, our new center. Today is the casting of the main hall is going to go on. Casting of the main temple hall and the temple sanctum base. So though many challenges are there, but still today on the auspicious day of Ekadashi, Krishna has chosen to cast his own floor. So let us all pray, all of you pray nicely, that everything happens